he then began coming here and changing the way things were done here on the planet. And once that started occurring, the energy shifted in Orion and Pleiades and Sirius. It shifted dramatically. And what happened was then we were given the go-ahead by the spiritual hierarchy to create a third physical embodiment for this grand plan of creation. And that was the one that was going to combine the energies of the serpent tribes and the bird tribes to bring it together into a universal embodiment. And we did that and created what's called the feathered serpents. And there was a few of them that were created, and the expression of the beings pleased the spiritual hierarchy. The way they went about expressing themselves was far more balanced. Not too much greed, not too much power, not perfect, right? It worked really well. So as soon as the expression of these beings was known, it worked really well, and straight away we were told to come here to this planet in this solar system, because the energies were right here, to start creating a universal embodiment. And that is the grand plan of creation. First of all that side, then that one came in, then bringing them together. We are on planet Earth, and we're about to go here in the third, and we're going up to what's called the fifth. We'll be in very much a lot of the golden light, not totally, but in a great deal of it. And once we jump here into that, a holograph within the fifth, we're not just going to be a part of the fifth, okay? We're not going to be totally with the fifth, we're going to be in a holographic bubble within the fifth dimension, okay? Because don't forget there's a whole lot of different harmonic series within that, okay? But the project we're doing here needs those frequencies. It's the right frequencies, the right dimension for this project. Once we go into there and we start living, the energy is going to reverberate right throughout the whole of creation, like that. By us going up there into this golden age very soon, right, the energy will reverberate out throughout the whole of creation and start shifting things. Because this is new, this is brand new what we're doing here. What you're a part of here is very, very important in all of creation. This is no small deal that we're here. You're revered out there, and all these other frequencies and all those other star systems out there, you're absolutely revered. It's a very difficult thing to come here into this reality and do what we're doing. Very much honoured and very much revered. Okay? So you're very important beings, and this is the process at hand. It will totally change, it will have repercussions throughout the whole of the universe and all levels of existence. All the experiences, every emotion you feel and all the experiences you feel goes back to your home system, and that information gets transferred to all the people. Okay, they have access to that, your experience here. You're not just here alone and that's it. You're connected still to your home state, your home star nation and your home species. Okay, the way we live here is through our environment which we live in, we are disconnected from that. Someone is imposing you into a cocoon of reality. Okay? You're held prisoner here. That's what we're trying to tell you. It's when you get your awareness and you awaken, you start to see through the veil of this illusion that you're living here in this reality. Now, Ra-Pa-Atal comes to this planet, and because he changed his ways, he was given a bit of he was rewarded in a sense. And everything goes in cycles, so he was allowed to come here and build a monument which marked the cycle that marks the beginning of the cycle to end all cycles. So we have a symbol that is known in every culture as the circle and the cross. That is well known in every culture. Okay, and this also can be used to say, well, here's a precessional cycle. The true precessional cycle, everyone says about 26,000 years, is not 26,000, it's actually 24,832 years. But, and I'm saying a but, there's an acceleration factor involved with that. And that acceleration is plus 6.18%, which just happens to be the golden ratio. Now, Now, if we mark this as the beginning of the cycle here, this is when the Sphinx was built, okay? The Sphinx was built 24,832 years ago by the being called Ra-Pa-Tal, who is the leader of the armed forces of Orion. He's also known as the Lion King out there, because he's also taken on genetics of the lions as well. He did that for himself. And he's also known as the winged dragon of Ra. Now, he built that with Thoth. Together they built that. Now, the reason they built it in the shape of the lion was to honour the lion beings for the help that they helped him turn around and helped him turn his race of peoples around out of that energy of war to save his peoples and return them back to the energy of God. And it's a monument that represents peace between the serpent tribes and the bird tribes. That's what it represents. It's a monument of peace throughout the whole universe. Very, very important monument. And what it does is it locks in where it sits and the time frame it was built. It actually locks in like a key into the magnetic grid of this planet and pumps harmonics out into the magnetic grids of the two magnetic grids of this planet. The matter grid and the antimatter grid. Very important monument. And how were they built? Let me tell you how they were built. Well, it's simple. They just used sound, frequency. By pumping frequency into the rocks, you change the rate of the spin of those atoms. Therefore, you change their molecular structure. Therefore, you can actually get them to levitate. And this is no mystery. There's Buddhist monks with their big horns that can sit there and they can pick up a big boulder and make it float in the air for you. You can go there and ask them to do it for you. Okay? This is no mystery. Okay? Everything is sound, everything is frequency. All of Nikola Tesla's research was about frequency. That's why all got shelved by the Morgans, because they knew what potential it had, okay? So it's just frequency. They levitate and you can push it with your little pinky after that. Just walk it in the position. And then once you get the rock in the position, then you blast it with a frequency again to return it to its actual molecular structure. And because they were just slightly pliable as well, they just dropped into position. And that's why you can't get a piece of paper between the rocks either, because once they dropped, as they were dropping, they were also moulding into position. Just ever so slightly. And that's how it works. It's very simple. Built them very, very fast. In no time at all. And no, Khufu did not build the Great Pyramid. It's like who taught the university professors what is real and what is not real? Where did they get their information from? And the people that taught them, where did they get the knowledge from? And when something gets discovered, who gets to say that that's officially true or not? It's a group called the peer review. You've got a handful of people that tell the rest of this world what is real and what is not real. God, what kind of power is that? Talk about control. Okay? And the evidence is overwhelming. It's all around everybody. If you want to see if extraterrestrial life exists, it's all around you. Just open your eyes. It's written in every culture. Every religion has it written in there. Even the Christian religion. If you know what the Star of David is, it's a Merkaba vehicle. It's a light vehicle. Okay? So now we're getting to 24,832 years is a precessional cycle. That also, when we talk about harmonics, we're talking about things having a relationship with one another. So we're breaking out of the mentality of ones and zeros. We're not computers, okay? We're not machines. We are biological entities. And so therefore, you've been conditioned by our society to think of ones and zeros. It either is or it isn't. Okay, when we're talking harmonics, it's not about that. There's give and take on either side. Like when you get to a radio station, you can come off that dial a little bit. You're changing frequency by a fair bit, but you're still picking up the radio station, aren't you? Okay? So it's not like your digital phone compared to your old analog phones. While the signal was weak, you could still manage to have a conversation. Now it just drops out. It's not there. It either is or it isn't. So more and more you're being, compressed into this way of thinking like a machine. Okay?